very innovative organizations in Thailand. Okay, so next, may I invite Assistant Professor Dr. Thanyaburi Singhanat to provide the token of appreciation to Mr. Kantakunun on behalf of our Faculty of Engineering.
And we are moving to the next talk by Associate Professor Dr. Shi Wu from Department of Electronic Engineering, Chengdu University of Information Technology from China. Please give a big hand for him.
Thank you, everyone, to come here to listen my talk. I hope to say something a little bit first. The first thing is I will be hurry and to fasten my presentation. I know everybody are ready for the lunch, okay? And the second one is I'm Wu Xi from the Chengdu University of Information Technology from China. And I hope to introduce some experience of the implement and integrate the CDIO in CUIT. I hope to introduce this from a more bigger picture to show you what to show the bigger picture to demonstrate to get more comprehension of this. At first, I hope to share a little bit memory of myself. Around nearly 10 years ago, when I was working in the postgraduate working in University of Oxford in British. This is the first time I met CDIO. At that time, I joined a CDIO conference in the British CDIO British conference in University of Liverpool. That is the first time I joined the CDIO conference. At that conference, we have only 20 delegates from the British, from the Ireland. Now, 10 years later, we come here, we have more than 200 delegates from all the Asia. So first, I hope to thank all the members, whether you have already joined or are willing to join CDIO family. We hope to thank you all your efforts. Thank you. So now, I hope to give one slide to demonstrate, to introduce the CUIT, and you can make more clear what's the situation here. CUIT was founded in 1951, so from maybe 66 years ago. At first, here is a school for meteorology. So when it founded, we have two majors. The first major is radar, atmosphere sounding. And second major is communication engineering. So at that time, we're training 100 bachelor degree every year from 1956. So in 1978, we become the institute, and in 2000 we become a university. So now we have around 19,000 undergraduates and 2,000 graduates. We have now have 53 undergraduate disciplines. I can make it more clear that these 53, among the 53 disciplines, there are 30 disciplines are from the engineering department. And we have more focus on the information science. So these 30 information engineering disciplines are all focused on the information science. So in CUIT, we do not have the chemical engineering, civil engineering. We only have the engineering program for undergraduate and graduate for information science. So the whole structure is, so we have a very full field structure from the lowest level, from magnetic materials to the higher level, to the integrated circuits, to the devices, to the internet, to the security, and to the software service. And now we have 8 disciplines in the outstanding engineer training program of the MOE, the Ministry of the Engineering of China. From this point, I hope to say a little bit more. This is the situation in China. The MOE of China will promote this outstanding engineering training program for the entire country. They put billions of money, billions of Chinese yuan in the past 5 years, and promote more than 100 universities to do this job. And they call this name for the outstanding engineering. By the first, this program was inspired by CDIO. So we have a union, in China, we have a union of a CDIO union. And this union will have more than 100, the union will have more than 100 universities and institutes. Even in China, we do not call the CDIO directly, we use the outstanding engineering, but this one was mainly inspired by this. And the first CDIO concept introduced into China is from Shantou University, and their president, Professor Pei Hua-gu, used to also the founder of the CDIO initiative and promote it in the whole country. So this is developed a lot, and thousands and tens of thousands of students benefit from this. And this is a main situation. I hope to say three things about that. The first one is a view. The second one is what I think is the most benefit method. And fourth, maybe we can show some output. The first thing I hope to share is that I think CDIO is not only a standard. We know that CDIO can reinforce the education, but it is more flexible. In China, the MOE says that we have 5 tasks. We have 5 tasks to fulfill if we want to do this job, and they are setting training standards. We should do some teaching reform, and university enterprise joint training, and teaching workforce development, and student training on international prospects. And these all 5 tasks can be adapted from the CDIO standards. So you can say CDIO is not a solid standard. It's a flexible thing, can adapt it for your own situation. This is the thing why we really like it. So in CUIT, we have to the whole thing from the lowest level to develop gradually from the highest level. And then there are so many things to do. I pick 5 things. I think is most effective to work. The first one is setting the demand-oriented training standards. Second one is reconstruct a project-based curricular system. The third one is we develop and promote a leveled curricular reform. The fourth one is that we enhance and implement our joint training between the university and the enterprise. The last one is we also establish a quality assurance system for continuous improvement. I think these 5 points is most effective way to improve the education qualities. The detailed things is like this. The first one is demand-oriented training standards. The training standards are from 3 parts. The first one is we should survey the demand. We should survey the demand. And also this demand should be evaluated by third party. And after we augmentation on disciplines, their syllabus to integrate all these demands. After that, we use this to get our own training standards. This is the first point. The second one is we reconstructed a project-based curricular system. This system, the project-based curricular system, have 3 levels. From the, you can say, the third level is more detailed, from maybe from a single course, or some knowledge base, or some knowledge from a single course. And the second level are much higher to some discipline, for electronics, for computer science. And the highest level is from the view of the university. Even CUIT will have 60% students engineering major. We also training the other majors, such like the tourist, like the economics, like the management, using the similar concept. So, to fulfill this project-based work, we do all the curricular reconstruction from the fundamental course, discipline fundamental course, engineering practice, intensive practice, and innovation practice. Using all this to construct a new curricular system. The typical curricular system of CDIO is like a bone of a fish. It can connect all the courses together. This is a 3 level I just mentioned. We can say the highest, the level 1 project will be across multiple semesters. Not for 1 year, or maybe for, in our university, we mostly with 2 or 3 years. So these courses should be related with the engineering practice projects and the curricular groups. Curricular groups is a group of courses have a similar associated courses. We put them together to make a big picture to get the curriculum. So you can say that we from the first grade, first year, second year, and third year use this concept to put all the things together to fulfill the teamwork, innovation, communication, and many other standards required from CDIO. So it's also the metrics. Sorry, it's Chinese, of course. Yeah. Yeah. And I understand Chinese. The left side is the ability we have to fulfill, and the right side is the courses. All the courses should have his own contribute to the output of the abilities. So left side is abilities, the level, the standard, and right side is the courses. So for the fundamental courses, because of fundamental courses, we will provide for all the majors, not only the engineering major. So we have using a concept, use CDIO concept to put them together. So these courses include the physics, English, computer science, and mathematics. These courses are provided to all the majors, and these courses are designed using the concept. The second level is engineering fundamental courses. To fulfill this, we added 2 new courses. The first one is the introduction of engineering. This will be in the first year, And second one will be the engineering practice. And in this engineering practice will go through the second and third years. And for some other special courses, we do some teaching contests, teaching methods, and assessment etc. to improve them. And all of this, we're using a process-based evaluation platform to supervise the whole procedure. To make sure each step can work properly. The fourth thing I say is effective is joint training between the university and the enterprises. Mr. Lim gave our fantastic talk about this. So we have to, I think this 5 things is more powerful. The training, we join this with, we set the training plan together. We construct the practice spaces, cooperating students training, co-organize academic competition, and cooperating in developing teaching workforce. So the detail like this. The first one is university and enterprise cooperations. We have a variety of types to do this. The first one is the customized class for enterprises. We have 8 classes from 5 majors. They are customized by the industry, by the enterprises. The second one is a much more common way is that we use a 3+1 program. It means that you have studied in university for 3 years and working in the enterprise for 1 year. And the third one is intensive practice in enterprises. And the last one is enterprise project-driven training. Mr. Lin have said a lot thing about this. To fulfill this demand, we construct the space, a practice space, in the university and outside the university. You will find that we have more than 20 joint laboratories. This is inside the university, but we have more than 190 practice fields in the enterprises. Because just they have many experts have just said that if they can work in the real environment, it's work much better. Including 8 nationwide training centers, including the Dell, the Intel, the Huawei technology, the TI Texas Instrument, and something like, and even the Marriott for the tourist major. There's some practice space in the process. And the last one is we established a quality assurance system to make sure this can improve continuously. You will find that this system have 2 parts. The first one is a 2-level evaluation inside the university. And the second one is a third part, quality evaluations. Inside the university, the evaluation system was constructed by 2 parts. The first one is they will evaluate the data from the students, the scores, the things they have done, the feelings using some big data knowledge. Of course, in Chinese, sorry. The second part is for the faculties. So this evaluation system is constructed by two ways. The first one, we see whether the students can do the good thing. Second one is whether the faculties are doing the right thing. And the third part, and this evaluation have many things: teacher management, planning, design of student training, program orientation, something like this. And the third part is the third part are mostly external feedback from the company, the students, because we produce qualified students. So we collect the feedback from both from the students, graduate students, and the enterprises, the employers, to get feedback and evaluation for continuous improvement. So there's mainly 4 output after this nearly 7 years work. CUIT implemented, first get touched with the CDIO in around 2008. And we joined the CDIO international initiative in 2010 in Denmark. And this is 7 years. We, as a requirement of the accreditation, you should evaluate from a circle 3 or 4 years. And we have, from our view, we have already finished 2 circles of work. So we have get these 4 outputs. The first one is obviously we have improved the teaching qualities. The second one is that we have improved innovation and entrepreneurship of engineering students. This was also promoted by the Chinese government right now. The third one, we enhanced the quality and employability of graduates. The last one, we have already promoted this CDIO work through the academic exchange. There are many prizes students achieved. Many prizes students achieved nationally, national award, provincial award, award. Because most of our major are information technology, so we get many prizes in some competition of the students. You should mention the one thing I hope to mention is that because CUIT are located in Chengdu, it's in the western part of China, and it's very hard competition with a big city, the super big city such as the university from Shanghai, from Beijing. So it's very hard, and that is very satisfying. And this is the quality evaluation. That is more impressive. The first one is we have overall satisfaction with our university. We have 3% higher, and this is from the whole university. Because you have to know that the average satisfactory rates are decreased in the similar university in Chengdu. Only us are growing. The second one is the graduates have satisfied in 5% points higher for the job satisfaction. You know that in the past 3 or 4 years, we have some crisis, economic crisis. So this satisfaction is also very hard. The third one is a connection between the job and the major. It also have 4% percentage points higher for the connection of job and majors because I know that the information science is have a wide usement. Many students do other things. The last is satisfactory with the overall capacity from the third part from the company. And this is a quantity things. We also promote the CDIO around China. We have gave 30 presentations of CDIO in China. We have dozens of universities visit CUIT to exchange, to share our experience to CDIO. And we also hold the 2015 international conference in our university. Yeah, I think many of you have already go to that place. I think we have done most of the promise before to the internet conference. The only thing I do not fulfill is that before the conference, I said, if you give a competition, if you get the first prize, if you get the first prize in the student competition, we will give you a prize as a hug of pandas. But after that, I found this is forbidden by the government. So we just show you the pandas, not the hug of pandas. This is the only thing, only promise I do not do. Sorry for this. In the recent years, from 2016, and in the future, in this year and next year, we are most focused on the accreditation, engineering education accreditations. We have promoted a program to do this, and also the A program is outstanding engineering program in our universities. Two of them have already doing this year, and the 6 of them will doing them next year. So I think it's very useful. You have already given many times the presentation that the CDIO is a kind of engineering enhancement method, and accreditation is more like an engineering qualification system. So CDIO can enhance the ability and the quality to fulfill the requirements of the accreditation. This is what we are thinking and we are doing now. We also we have hold the international conference in 2015, and most of you have already come here. And in that conference, you select me as a council member. If this is also can be an output, I thank you all of you. So this is all the things I hope to say. Hope to not. Thank you.